Good morning, good morning. See if I can get out of the driveway without somebody running me down. So it is Friday. On the ride home last night, my mother asked me to stop to do a Q&A, and that seems living in a modern world like we live in, that I wouldn't have to worry about internet connection. I'm only 10 miles from the closest cell tower. We'll see how the Q&A thing works this evening. I'll probably whoa, that's a big piece of machinery, brother. Good morning, good morning. I was just talking about last night's stream, or yesterday afternoon stream, how my mother asked to do Q&A, but she was worried about my safety, so she asked me if I'd pull over and answer some questions. I'm not going to do it in the morning stream, but this afternoon stream, I think I've got a spot where I can do it pretty easily. I do want to interact with you guys more, but again, I'm driving, so I can only just peek over at the comments, give people an opportunity to learn more about what I want to do using this platform. You know, I advocate for growing your own food and raising your own livestock. I am a Christian. I will admit that as often as possible. I put out daily devotionals Monday through Friday. They come out at noon over on the Patreon page. I don't know if it's a link, but I put my Patreon thing down in the description if anybody's interested. I have a $1 a month membership. For those who do sign up for the $1 a month membership, you get weekly topical deep dives. Again, the most recent one is spiritual maturity. I've got a poll that I put up last night here on YouTube with a couple of options to see what people would be interested in seeing for the next topical deep dive. Give it a like, subscribe to see more of this kind of content. Keep up to date with what's going on with the farm, the concept, the ideas, my ADHD brain. So I do this twice a day. This is kind of how it's grown organically. Talk about faith or lack of. Take prayer requests. I do have people that are willing to pick up the prayer chain. Good morning, good morning. If you click on the notification bell, you'll get notified when when I go live. Again, I do it twice a day on the drive to work and then on the drive home. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. It really shows that people are interested in the content that I'm putting out. Sometimes the numbers pop off, sometimes they don't. Leave a comment where you're watching from. The analytics show me that a majority of people that watch are 45 plus. Most of the people that watch are from the United States. I've seen some from Poland, Russia, Japan. It's mostly males that are watching. Get up to speed here and sit on cruise control for a while. So, besides putting a comment on there where you guys are from, what kind of content would you like to see from this channel, my ministry, that would keep you watching for the long term? I was saying before a bunch of people popped on that I'm going to be doing Q&A stop on my drive home, just interacting with the community more. It'll mean a little bit longer of a stream, but that's all right. Gets people into the fold, into the community. Again, there's a poll here on YouTube on my page for the next topical deep dive for the Patreon members. So you don't necessarily have to be a member to vote, but you will have a voice in the next study, deep dive, for the Patreon members. As far as I can tell, oh, we're back up at 1. Good morning, good morning. Get on cruise control here. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you for the like, I appreciate that. No, before I started streaming, I was always focused on the vehicles around me, how they're driving. You know, I call it rush hour traffic, but I don't really hit that until I get to the first town down here. But now that I'm streaming and focusing on entertaining people in a way, I'm not worried about it. Usually what I do is I get to the point where I'm willing to put speed on cruise control and just cruise down the road. I don't get to sit on cruise control all the way to work, but for the long stretches of road here, I just get to hold on to the steering wheel and make sure it's between the mayonnaise and the mustard, as it were. Keep it between the lines. So if you weren't watching just a few minutes ago, I'm trying to grow this organically, this ministry. There's a poll available that you can have a voice in deciding what the next topical deep dive is right here on YouTube. Again, the last topical deep dive, the study was spiritual maturity, and that is available for members over on Patreon. Again, it's patreon.com/brotheralec. There's the link. I don't know if it's clickable, but it's in the description because YouTube doesn't want me to have clickable links for some reason. But over there, you get free daily devotionals Monday through Friday. Come out at noontime. I've got them scheduled out for the rest of the month. on just a few minutes ago, and now it says that nobody's watching. It's all right. Oh, there's one. Good morning. How are you this morning? Just trying to keep some folks on, chit chat, leave a comment, give me something to talk about. It's kind of a boring drive. It's just pretty much straight road. The sun is coming up. You can see it bouncing off my face here. Sometimes I feel like I'm driving a boat with how bad these roads are. I guess a better question would be, if you could change something about your day today, what would it be? Oh, I don't even want to open that window. See, I still don't think that the viewer number that I see is accurate. It says one person is watching, but I've had other people that I know personally say that that's not the correct number, so it could be 5 people watching, 10 people watching. If somebody is watching, or if you're watching on the replay, I'd like to reiterate something that I've said multiple times, is that my goal is to build a faith-based, intentional, tiny house intentional community where we will be able to provide tiny houses for people who are willing to put in the work to build the actual physical real world community. You know, if I had been given the opportunity to live in an intentional community when I was homeless, I would have jumped at the opportunity to be able to learn the skills that this generation is losing very quickly. You know, growing our own food, raising our own livestock, building, or at least having a hand in building our own shelter. You know, I've had a hand in building the house that my wife and I live in. It's a 10 by 12 tiny house. I mean, it's a glorified shed, but it's a home. Once I see some decent numbers over on the poll here on YouTube, I'll put together the next study. There's 3 options, I think. Fools reject knowledge. Temptation is another one. If I remember correctly, something about God's wisdom. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my feet are cold. This will be so much easier when warm weather rolls around. So I don't have to worry about the heat making a bunch of noise. The inverter, if I've got too much plugged into it, makes a bunch of noise. try to limit the noise as much as possible so you guys can hear me. So the reason I've started doing at least one stream a day, if not two, is I was watching a Myron Golden video a while back, and he was kind of, in a way, saying that, and a bunch of other creators have said the same thing, is if you're not creating a piece of content every day, you're gonna fall behind everybody else. So at least Monday through Friday, I go live in the morning, and then YouTube, when the live is over, will eventually upload a replay, and it'll cut short to upload. I've got the daily devotionals. So Monday through Friday, each day I'm creating 4 pieces of content. Seriously. It's 50 miles an hour, bro. What are you doing? This guy's doing 45 and a 50. Yeah. It's time to pick up your feet, man. Playing on your phone or talking to your passenger. That's what cruise control's for, man. Everybody's got cruise control. I guess not. My dad told me that he doesn't have the car anymore. I think it was a Kia, but it didn't come from the factory with cruise control. Thought that was kind of weird, and they wanted to charge him like $1,000 to install a cruise control system. There you go. Now we're talking. Look at those trees. Wow. Branches are all frozen. But yeah, the goal, the idea is to take advantage of companion planting when the farm is up and running. You know, we're gonna get some seed packets from like Dollar Tree or wherever they're cheaper. At least have, we've got some seeds in the seed locker. We got beans and peppers and tomatoes, red columbine, a bunch of other stuff. Lentils. I've done lentil sprouts before, and that seems pretty easy. But we also want to do corn, some kind of climbing bean, and some kind of ground cover. Squash, melon, pumpkin, anything like that. Oh my word. Come on, guy. What are you doing? Really? I don't usually pay attention, but this guy is going extremely slow. Can't really do anything about it. There's no more passing zones until we get down on the other side of Bradley. Oh, what a beautiful morning. The look on the trees is interesting. I don't usually pay that much attention to anything but the road, but when I'm stuck behind slow traffic, it gives me an opportunity to take a look. I hope this guy's going through Old Town. I can't be driving behind this. I'm gonna lose so much time. Really, guy? Yeah, this is probably the worst time of day for you to be driving through town. You're gonna have a whole line of traffic stuck behind you. Oh my word, dude. Yeah, no. See, the thing a lot of people say, I saw this on Facebook yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was like a clickbait post, but this person said that, and they posted a picture of them kind of driving in the left-hand lane on the highway, is that they were driving 5 miles an hour under, and they were complaining, 5 miles an hour under the speed limit, and they were complaining about people behind them flashing their headlights. And what that person may not realize is doing that is considered impeding the flow of traffic, which is a crime. Thank you. Bye. Oh, here we go. Sun on the face. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Thank you for joining me on the ride to work. I was just going off on a rant about people complaining about traffic, and I was just riding behind somebody that was wanted to do less than the speed limit. But we talk about all kinds of stuff on here. Faith is one of them. The primary thing is faith. I am a Christian. That gets people off of here real quick, don't it? People don't want to hear the truth, I guess. So, the other thing that I wanted to kind of touch on for a few minutes is a lot of people that are online and have a presence, whether it's live streaming or videos, shorts, other platforms, whatever, is that they never talk about the build up to them being, I don't know, semi-successful or successful. They never talk about the challenges that they faced where they've streamed to 0 people for hours on end. I'm trying to build this organically, not trying to overstep my comfort zone. I mean, I am pushing a little bit, of course. I'm trying to expand this organically with one idea at a time. You know, I started out with just streaming 1 time a day in the afternoon on the ride home. And then I figured if I'm doing the same thing on the way to work, that's 2 streams a day. And then, of course, you know, my mother asked me last night on stream if I would stop to do a Q&A, and the ride to work, I don't have so much time, spare time to stop and answer questions, but in the afternoon, I do have spare time because I'm not stuck on a certain time frame to get home. Maybe it's too early to stream, but this is the time I have. You know, the next logical step would be to add value to at least one of the streams. You know, if more people would, even if it's just to hop on to leave a comment, especially in the morning since it's a more consistent time, I would have something to talk about. But this is how it goes. Let's see, now where's that sun gonna be? On my left. I got a feeling this person behind me is gonna go a little bit faster than me, but I'm doing the speed limit, so. trees are all covered in white across the river over there. Nice. Oh. I've driven this road pretty much during the week daily. Boy, 2017 till now. So 9 years, really. Going on 9 years, I guess. Maybe 2018. And it's funny, I started out as just a maintenance guy at a tire shop. And then eventually the owner gave me the opportunity to learn a skill set, which is changing tires. And now I've done enough of them for 7 years or so that I'm pretty good at my job. Let's get up to decent speed here, and I can set it on cruise control, something like that. But even with my skill set, my ability to do things is limited because I don't have all the skills necessary to do what I want to do, which could be wood or construction wood, depending on the size of the tree, or outdoor wood stove boiler material. Good morning, good morning. Leave a comment, give me something to talk about, because I've been rambling for 20 minutes. That's the whole purpose of going live, is to interact with your community members. Nope. Another one bites the dust. Nobody wants to watch live stream anymore. No, it's all right. I'm sure after a period of time, I'll be having so many comments I can't even keep up. I can tell you that it's so cold out, and my heat's not working very well. Only on 2. I mean, I'm starting to feel it. I'm not opening that window. It's cold. And as soon as I open that window, the very little heat that I do have in the cab, it's just gonna go out the window. So that's one way to not smoke a cigarette, is when it's cold. Good morning, welcome. Leave a comment. I will try to read it. How are you doing this morning? People just don't want to watch, man. It's all right. I mean, I'm here for them, so I'm talking to myself now. Wow. Where is that bus? There it is. Get past that one, and that's the only one I really have to worry about. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Give people something to say. Why aren't you smoking? Had a guy on here last night. Why aren't you smoking? It's bad for you. Yeah, I know. But that's the nature of the beast. Everybody has a vice. We're all going to die one way or another. Good morning. Leave a comment. I'll see if I can get to it. Everybody getting their little dopamine hit this morning. Pretty slow morning for the stream. I wonder what kind of clip YouTube AI is gonna figure out for me. kind of pressure, not really pressure testing. I'm stress testing that AI. Oh, lost a cherry here somewhere. Boy. Try this again. Good morning, good morning. Boy, it seems like no matter what I do, I get close to town and I gotta pee. Wow. Oh. Yeah, it's been a very quiet stream though. People have hopped on for a moment or two, maybe watch for 5-10 seconds. I'll see what the analytics shows at the end. Last night's stream though, I got 3 new subscribers. It's pretty decent. I'm still in double digits. We're working our way to triple digits. The only way I can continue to do that is if people subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more of me rambling while I commute to work or home. Again, I have scheduled out some devotionals, working our way through the book of Proverbs. We must be in verse 7 maybe today, this morning. I put out the daily devotionals over on Patreon. The link should be in the description. Those come out at noontime, Monday through Friday. There's also a $1 a month membership tier. Also, for that $1 a month membership tier, there are weekly topical deep dives. If you are interested on having a say in the next deep dive, there is a poll here on YouTube with a couple of options if you want to vote on that and have a say in what the members get for the next study. Yeah, it's showing 0 though. See, I don't think that number's right. There could be 10 people watching. My wife just texted me and said that she's watching, but it's not showing any numbers. So I guess I can't really rely on that preview of how many people are watching. Hey look, a Ford Ranger with a wooden tailgate. Nice. I had one of those. 99 Ford Ranger XLT, all the bells and whistles, had a cap on it. I bought it from my dad for like, geez, now I can't remember, $700, $900. That was a nice truck until it wasn't. It was all rotted out in the rear end. The spare tire hanger fell out on me one day driving down the road. Luckily nobody was behind me. I do miss my Civics, but I can appreciate a truck since I'm driving one. It's a 99 Isuzu Hombre. I kind of like this generation of vehicles, this era, mid to late 90s. It's not so much electrical and I'll probably get another Civic at some point. You know, I've always had two-door Civics. I had a Honda Accord. That was a good road trip car until it wasn't. It was a V6 though. The thing was fast. I won't say how fast I've gone, but if anybody knows the top speed of a Honda, what year was that? 2006 Honda Accord. It's computer limited to a certain top speed, and I definitely had it there. I don't drive like that anymore though. It's the speed limit. I mean, it's not like I need to go fast in this little truck. Oh man, that was at 8:04. And this guy's gonna do just the speed limit, or under actually. And I gotta use the bathroom, so you're not helping my cause, man. Oh, you're not even doing the speed limit now, dude. Might as well just sit here and wait. No point in passing him because we're actually coming to a decrease in speed limit. I've been trying to figure out, trying to give people a heads up, especially for the morning commute. It's a consistent time. Let people know that I do go live. Again, for those who are watching the replay, I stream twice a day. Try to interact with the community as much as possible. There is a poll here on YouTube that I posted last night, trying to get some input on what the next study should be for the members over on Patreon. So it's free. Same with the devotionals on Patreon, Monday through Friday. They come out at noon. We're working our way through the book of Proverbs. The afternoon stream isn't always a consistent time, but I'm going to add a little bit to the evening stream or the afternoon stream. We're going to do a stop and do a Q&A at some point during the stream. So if you guys are interested, subscribe, get notified for when I go live. Things are growing. The numbers are coming up. This is probably the hardest time of year because we're not really doing much on the property. You know, when it gets a little bit warmer, at least above freezing, I have the ambition to go out and chop down some trees and start clearing the land as much as I can. I do have some folks out there that are willing to come out once it gets warmer and help with the wood chips and killing trees and all that stuff. I've got to use the bathroom. The Red Bull truck's gonna be in my way, I bet. Yeah. What are you doing, brother? Let's see. Hey, four-door Civic, nice. I just can barely hold it. All right. I'll be back in a second. Oh. I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm getting older, but I can barely get from the house to for kind of the first bathroom stop. I also had kidney stones. Just about my bladder probably doesn't help, but now they're hauling the snow away. Just saw a truck go by, City of Brewer truck, with a load of snow in the back. Yep. Oh boy, yeah, they're cleaning up snow everywhere. Hold on, fella. Yes. So, just want to reiterate before I get to work in the next, 10 minutes maybe. Got a couple of things going on. If you want to partake in deciding what my Patreon members see for the next study, I do have a poll here on YouTube with a couple of options. For anybody that's interested in a daily devotional, there's free daily devotionals Monday through Friday. They come out at noon over on the Patreon page. If you want to support this ministry, for $1 a month, you get weekly deep dives. Let's see, if you're watching the replay and you got here by Facebook, thank you for watching. That means that some of my friends, local friends, mostly local friends, are at least checking it out. Gonna have to have a look at that blower issue because it makes an awful racket, even outside of the cab. Because I mean, it's not freezing in here, but it's cold. Oh, cop pulled somebody over. That would be Brewer PD. Right here on South Main Street in Brewer. If anybody's looking for a traffic report. Glad they're preoccupied. Won't say why. The truck's legal. I'm not speeding. Not doing anything wrong. Wow, 0 comments. Usually I get at least 1 or 2. Probably the comments probably won't load for Cheryl. Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody that watches the replay later on. I'm curious to see what the short is, the clip that YouTube AI will choose for me. The one from yesterday evening stream was a good one. We were talking about grace. And that's the clip that it picked for me. Nice opening to get into work here. The sun is shining. A little cloudy this morning, but the sun is trying to break through. Yeah, a little early. Nice. Well, brother is wearing shorts. Brr. Well, if you're not subscribed, you don't have the notification bell on, I'd appreciate you stopping by this afternoon. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. Now I get to go into work and give the boys some jokes. Because, smart Alec and all that. I don't know where people are going to want to park here, but I don't want to be in Chris's way. Alright.